So yeah, back to this. Um, I'm going to like do a quick completion of this particular dashboard. So I'm going to be drawing references from this particular sales dashboard that we are working with. Was actually on the actual revenue by team, right? That is actual revenue achievement by sales team, and I simply want to like put a what's it called here, a card here that shows um, the the revenue achieved by the team and a particular reference label. So I'm going to go to data here. So how many teams do we have in total? We've got four teams in total, right? So yeah, that's going to be like the total revenue, right? And I'm going to turn off the label, um, properties, effect. I'm going to turn off the background, right? And from the card also turn off the background. From the multi-card layouts, turn off the background as well. I'm going to turn off all of that. Then I'm going to make this particular guy, I'm going to like make it bigger, right? Total revenue, the value, turn off the label and give it a title, of course. Total revenue by all teams. And of course, um, I'm going to give it a reference label from the calculated measures. And that's going to be percentage achieved. And for that, I'm going to turn off the this guy and of course give it a label. Right, so from the value, so from the reference label layout, um, I'm going to have to turn off the background, right? And also, um, I'm also going to turn off from the reference labels layout. I'm also going to I'm also going to, okay, let's do this. I'm also going to have to turn off the divider, right? I'm going to turn off the divider. I'm going to turn off the border from the cards. So apparently, all these borders, especially these particular cards, should also be turned off. So you are going to see it under cards, turn off the border, under the cards, turn off the border, under the cards, turn off the border, right? And for this particular guy, I'm going to also, this black thing, taking it off, right? Where is it? Mm, that is the label, right? The label has to be turned off. There's a visual, reference labels, the detail, the background color, the background color should be just that, or anyhow you want it. The background color can be anything, just increase the transparency, and the font color itself should be black and be bold. And this particular percentage achieved, which is the value of the axis label, right? From the reference labels, this particular guy, select label, this particular label, the color, I want the color should be from, what's it called? Can be rules, it can be field value, it can be anything. I think we've used field values, so let's use rules. So what field should we base this on? We can base the rule on percentage target revenue achievement, which is what we are looking at. So if the this particular value, percentage target revenue achievement, is greater than or equal to a minimum number, is greater than or equal to a minimum number of 100, right? Or is greater than or equal to 99.9. Okay, greater than or equal to that means equal to is inclusive, greater than or equal to 100, and less than or equal to a particular large number that is not attainable. Let's say 1 million. It's not possible to attain 1 million of your target, 1 million percent of your target. So the color should be green. The color should be green. Okay. Why is it not changing? If we used with field value, percentage month on month, change color. Yeah. We can use rules if this particular guy is greater than um, minimum of um, is 100, or let's say it's greater than, it has to be greater than 100. Less than equal to, let's say 7. I'm trying to confirm if it is actually um, taking the number in relative to 1 and not 100. When you multiply most percentage figure, right, they are by 100. um Say you have 0.99, so that's like 99%. So let's do that. Okay, yeah. So you can see that it is taking its relative to 100. So basically, this one 131.52% is basically, you know 1.31, right? And it is not um possible to like achieve 10x your target, but we don't want to assume, so let's just give the upper bound a very large number that is um hard to achieve. So let's say that's something like 10 billion or something. It's not possible to like achieve 10 billion times your target, right? And else, okay, let's put something there. And else, if that particular guy is less than, is greater than one large value, which is minus 1,000, right? Minus 1,000, and less than 1, it should be red. It should be red, just red. So I'm going to have to like align all these guys. I want to like align everything to left, both the label, everything, call out. reference labels, align everything to left value. The color value should be aligned to left. The title is also already is already aligned to left. Then the value, this particular guide, the value is also there, and the detail is also there. Apparently, we can just leave it like that, and nothing to say about that. So I'm going to have to like increase the font size of the callout value, callout value, the font size. Um, Let me increase the font size, man. Then also I'm going to the label, right? This 131.52% of the target, right, achieved. I'm going to have to increase the label also. The detail, the label. Uh, where is it? Card, add label, title value. So yeah, this is to show that this is the number of target achieved. So that's it. So last but not the least, not actually last though. So I'm going to have to put something here also, which is going to be revenue and volume achievements by product. So the revenue and volume achieved by product is going to be here. Okay, let's do this. Mhm. Color value also centralized. Rotation, I think it was 90 before, so let me just put it to 0. So that it. So I'm going to simply duplicate this line, right? Um, let's do that. And let's just do that and close it. So there is, so this total revenue by all teams. So I'm also going to put volume by total volume achieved by all teams, right? Total volume achieved by all teams. So do we have percentage and volume achieved? Percentage target revenue. Do we have percentage target volume? So this is percentage target revenue, right? Volume. So total percentage target revenue is simply, so we are just going to like use that. Percentage target revenue is simply percentage target revenue achievement equals divide total revenues, comma total target. So I'm going to use that for this as well. For percentage target and volume achieved. So I'm just going to like tweak some things. Percentage target volume achievement is going to be total volume. What is the volume achieved? Volume achieved and what? Volume target. Right? And put I'm simply going to like put this target label in it. Um, I'm going to put it as a reference label, right? Add the reference label, target volume, put it in here, and select the label percentage volume achieved. And yeah, yeah, it has to be in percentage. Don't forget. And I'm going to have to, turn off the title and put the detail, right, of the volume, of the target volume achieved, right? The background should have 100% transparency. I don't need the background. Then this guy, then it should be bold. Okay, the value itself should be bold. The value of the um, reference label should be bold, and I don't need any background for the reference label. And also I want to make sure that this particular value of the reference label has a color rule should be green when it is greater than 100%. Where's the value? Yeah, this is the value. So the color, don't forget we are using rules, and if the percentage volume achievement is greater than or equal to a minimum of if it is greater than or equal to less than greater than or equal to 1, right, because it's working with decimals, and less than or equal to a really huge number, then the color should be the color should be green, and it should be green. And else, if that is not the case, if it is greater than or equal to minus, if it is greater than or equal to minus 1000, 1,000,000, and less than or equal to, and less than 1, right, it should be red. So this is it. What's the size for this? The value is the color value is 36. The color value here should also be 36. And also, and also the label here, the label here the label here is 12. So the label here, let me see if we can like copy the formatting. Nah, so the label here is multi-card layout, um, call out value. The label here, reference labels. The label here, the value is 16, and the detail is 12. So let's do that first of all. The value 16, 16, and the detail 12. So I'm going to like centralize this, make it center, right? And also going to centralize the call out value, call out volume achieved. The value, I'm going to now centralize it. And also this particular guy, I'm looking at I'm looking at the shade of green. So let me quickly check it out from the it's a label, right? So from the call outs, the reference labels, right? The value, the color, the shade of green is this. Let me copy that and use the same shade of green for this guy for the value here. That's it. There we go. So we have the same shade of green, right? And here. So let me unbold this particular guy, the label. Where is it? From the call out, the reference label, detail, unbold that. Doesn't have to be bold, right? I guess we are good. Then volume achieved by all teams. By all teams, and also and last but not the least, make sure this guy is even around all around. And also, so the last thing is to put in the what's it called, volume and revenue and volume achieved by products. Revenue and volume achieved by products. So what am I going to do? So I'm going to have to write what kind of chart are we looking at? Right, we could use um this chart, right? Revenue and volume achieved by products. Or yeah, we can use this composite chart. The composite chart, we can use a variable x-axis product, right? Which is going to be a categorical variable product. Where is it? Dimension product. So product class as x-axis, right? When we look at product class, when you look at the product table, product class, right? These are the product classes. Product class is the x-axis and the y-axis is going to be revenue, right? The revenue achieved, right? And also the volume achieved is going to be the y-axis, right? And I'm going to have to, well, use this format printer on it. So I'm going to remove, I'm going to, now the columns have to be black and the lines, the color of the line is gonna be yellow. Yeah, so that's it. So that's it. Then I also we'll do some things. Okay, let me just make sure the alignment is just okay. Okay, good. And yeah, so now we are here. Technically the dashboard is done here, but I'm still going to have to like do some, what's it called? Do some, what's it called? Do some, what's it called? Do some final touches, right? Which is especially the buttons that I talked about. So to insert the buttons, I'm going to have to. So these are just should I say embellishments? They are not exactly embellishment. They are as well functional, but without them, the dashboard will still like tell a meaningful story. So, but before that, let me quickly have the y-axis here, the values. Let me have them bigger so people won't have to like strain their eyes. And of course, if we have this, we don't need the title again anymore. Total revenue, volume achieved. If we have this particular title up here, we don't need these everything. This total revenue by product class, right? And I decide to put a zoom slicer, right? Or leave it. And okay, what do I want to? Okay, this particular the what's it called? The x-axis here. The x-axis, right? I want to make it more visible, right? So people can see without straining their eyes too much, right? And the title, total revenue and volume achieved by product class, right? Actual revenue by team. Let's make sure that all the titles are sort of on the same level. On the x-axis, the y-axis, total revenue by team. So I have to like turn that off. The x-axis, let's see what changes if I decide to like change it to this guy. Still like all the same. So now we want to do something more important, which is no more, should I say more important? We want to do something that adds to the functionality of the dashboard in a whole, and that is going to be buttons, right? That is going to be buttons. So I'm going to do something real quick. So I'm going to like insert a shape on here for those buttons. I'm gonna go to insert. I'm gonna go to insert. I'm gonna go to rounded rectangle, right? Just gonna come here and yeah, rounded rectangle, right? Uh, I'm gonna go to rounded rectangle. The style, I'm going to the border, right? I'm going to the shape itself. The corner radius is too rounded for me, right? Okay, first of all, the color. I don't want any color. Interestingly, I don't want any color. So just make the transparency 100%. But the border, of course, I want the border to be white. Uh, that's like that has been the drill ever since. And the rounded corner. What's the rounded corner for these guys? Let's check. Effects, the visual border, 8 pixels. So the rounded corner for this guy should also be style, the border. What's this? The visual border is one before now. The rounded corner should be 8. And the width of the border should be bigger. And the color should be white. One thing about Power BI, see redundancy. There's visual border, there's regular border. Um, so if you are using the visual border, that means need for the we don't have need for the what's it called, for this border then. So I'm going to like use this as a place for my that houses my buttons. It's gonna house my buttons. So now, how do we add buttons? So yeah, doing this, I'm also like putting it over here. But first, let me first of all take these guys. Let me bring them down. Yeah, that So I'm putting the buttons. So how do you put buttons? So put can insert and just press blank, right? And you put a blank guy over here. So something has to all these guys have to like have names, right? All these guys have to have names. I mean both pages. We've got to name them. That's what we want to do so that a button is gonna be for a particular page and the other button is gonna be for the other page, right? So this is blank. I'm going to have two, right? One for the first page and one for the second page, right? And I'm gonna have to name this page as I'm going to have to name it as sales overview, and I'm going to name this as team performance, because most of these are like performance metrics, right? From the actual revenue by team to volume and volume target and achieved and target by team and distributors, and so all of these guys are basically talking about performance of the team. So I'm going to so from here, uh the shape, apply setting on the shape is a rectangle. I have a thing for rounded corners. I'm going to put rounded corners there, and the style, you don't have to fill it with anything really. You can also put an image, but we are still coming there. But first of all, text, put the text as sales overview, sales overview, overview, and the font color should be white, right? The font color should be white and it should be aligned to the left, and I need it bigger. Or should it be aligned to the left? Okay, let's make it aligned to the right. And yeah, to be bigger. Sales overview. So I'm going to show you why it is aligned to the left, right later on. Sales overview. Then this particular guy, let's do the same thing. The text, team performance, team performance. I'm gonna make it white. So left and increase it. Was this is 20, this is also going to be 20, right? And let's leave it like that. So so it is not enough to just so that this is just like nothing is nothing is happening, right? We've not given it a functionality first. So now we go to close all of these guys and go to action, right? Action is where you give it a particular functionality. So what's gonna be the action? The action is gonna be for there can be like different actions, might be bookmark, can be draw through, can be page navigation, QA, apply or slice out, clear or slide. There can be different these things. So I'm gonna be using page navigation, right? Page navigation, and which page is it going to? team performance, right? Right, and the tooltip is going to like take me to team performance page, right? That means when you over on it, it's going to tell you take me to the team performance page, and when you click on it, you are in team performance page. Voila, right? And yeah, I'll do the same thing for sales overview. Let's say we are in sales overview now, and okay, let me carry all these my buttons. So this guy still goes. So this, let's define an action for these two. An action is to, you know, take me to team performance. Okay, for page navigation, right? And it should be to it can be to like back sales. Can be sales navigation, right? So I'm going to page navigation. You can even format the action, right? But we are not in for that. So you have to hold control for it to work. So the team performance, when you click on it, you go to the it takes you to the team performance page. Then for the sales overview, when you click on it, it's not yet working. So I guess we've got some things to do. There should be a padding to the text, right? At least from the left hand side. Let's say 7 or 8. And this should also be 8, right? It's not enough. Let's make it 11, and also this 11, right? And yeah, icon, the icon can be custom, right? put an image. So for the button, right, an icon. So I'm going to like quickly download an email image, sales overview image, sales overview. So I go to icons 8. So I download all my icons at icons 8. We are still going to like download a couple of all other icons there. Go to icons 8 and I'm going to go to sales. I'm going to just search sales overview right away. Overview. Oops. I said sales overview. Sales overview. Is it taking forever? Let's sales overview. Come on. Sales overview. Sales overview guy. All these things are like overview. Okay, let's just look at this. And due to the nature of the work I'm doing, is gonna be white. I need it as white because of the background I'm using. I need it as white, and I'm going to download that. Download. I think it's okay. It's okay as PNG. So it's already in my download, right? So I'm gonna go to icon, browse the icon, and use this, right? So where's the icon? Is the icon not showing?